So, basically, I'm just gonna be documenting like the raw part of the fitness or lifestyle change journey. Just because I've been watching videos and I've noticed that, all these fitness vloggers, they post about, like the journey and how hard it is and this is what they do and whatnot, but they don't post like during the times it gets hard. And you know what? I'm about to do that. I'm about to show you the struggle, because when you're struggling and you're like, hey, let me see if I can find a YouTube person who is also wanting to, cry over this. Just because you're not crazy. Like, it's not easy, it's not fun, but is it worth it? It's worth it. It's worth it. And that's why I'm putting this out there. The right part to start would be like why I wanted to get here. Alright, so I'm gonna be really real about this. What really made me realize all of this was, one, I physically one day, I was putting on shoes, like, I think they were like sandals too, not even tennis shoes. So sandals, and I was like, it was the morning, it was like 8:39. And I was just like huffing and puffing, and I was like, okay, this is not okay. Like, why am I in so much pain over putting shoes on? And I was like, I don't want to feel like this. And I would always just get really hot in the morning and like just always feel dehydrated. Could never wake up, ever. Like, could never go to bed at a reasonable time. Had no alarm clock, no eternal alarm clock system whatsoever. Just no structure, no motivation. I was just very, like, depressed, man. Like, let me rewind. I was not depressed because of my weight. I had PTSD from a very traumatic event in my life. I'm sure everybody's seen the news lately, but I'm an immigrant. I was not born in the United States. I actually immigrated from Albania. And back in 2015, I was taken by ICE, and I almost got deported. I was held for 42 days. It was not a good time. So, as you could imagine, I'm not going to go into the details of that. That's a whole another video. Down the line, but yeah, it was a very traumatic event. That's why I have had PTSD. I'm very fortunate that I recovered from it, and yeah, that's basically how I got here. So I usually gain the most weight like when I'm depressed, like I lean into food. When I'm happy, I'm actually like all about being fit, all about being good to myself. So it's the times that I'm down where, I get up. But anyways, so yeah, I just felt physically horrible mentally, and I was just like, you know what, like, you've been shitting on yourself for quite some time, like, you are better than this. And like, one day I was just like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being tired, and I know that's cliche, but I just, when you know yourself, and you know that you're like, fuck, but it takes so long to get there. I mean, it's real, man. It fucking hurts, but you can get there. You really gotta hit the bottom. I wish I could be like, hey, you could do this, but you can't. You can't do it until you are ready for it. And that's okay. So I stopped playing the victim game. Like, I stopped feeling sorry for myself, and I told myself, like, alright, bitch, I have been telling myself every day, like, you are not that fucking person, Julia. Like, you are much better than this, and you just need to, like, push yourself to get yourself back. So here I am. Yup. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so I started by, literally, I moved. I was just like, you know what? You need to move. I moved because I was in a beautiful apartment, don't get me wrong. Like, I lived downtown Detroit, beautiful, beautiful building. But I just felt very, like, the energy was just bad. Like, my friend got me into sage, and I even tried saging, and okay, so I need either new energy. I just needed, like, a new, not life, but just, like, a new start, like, a fresh beginning, or just basically like a clean slate. Yeah, that's what it was. I needed a clean slate. And I'm moving back to my hometown was that for me. And when I started, you know, working out, I wasn't really like working out at all because I was not physically, you know, capable of working out. So I was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna go to the gym. I couldn't. There was no way. I could not even like look at myself in the mirror. So I started riding my bike twice a week. Literally for like 3 weeks, that's all I did. And then I was like, let me start going to a gym. So I started going to a gym, and let me tell you, the first day I went, I wanted to die. I did, I think maybe 10 minutes on like the elliptical at like a level 1, barely like moving. The fact that I even did that 10 minutes on the elliptical was huge. So that day, I remember I was so proud of myself. Like, God, I could cry just like thinking about it. But I was so proud of myself, and I was like, all right, so you get tomorrow off, but you have to go the following day. So I was like making like, and I still do this, I was making like deals with myself. Just like, you know, deals here and there with yourself, no big deal. Like, yeah, like these deals that I would, you know, make with myself here and there. Still doing it, still pushing, but like I just kept making deals with myself, and then like 3 days turned into 4, 4 days turned into 5, and now I'm at 6, 7 days. So basically, it was just I was pushing myself. The fun, not so fun part was, and it's still not, is the food part. Like, I was so hungry going to bed. But it wasn't because, okay, so the thing is, I eat more now than I did when I was fatter, but I eat smarter, and I eat harder. Well, easier, but like a lot more. And it just, I'm smarter about it because I eat 3 meals a day, and I don't do the snacking thing. That doesn't work for my body. I know people are like, oh, they keeps your metabolism up. If that works for you, that's great. It does not work for me at all. I'm not really sure what it is. It's just like my body needs like 3-4 hour breaks in order to actually burn calories. So that's what has always worked for me. If I snack in between, I can maintain that way, but that's really not what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, I eat 3 meals a day every 3 to 4 hours. I wake up pretty early. I wake up at like 5:36. Within the past 2 months, I started going to the gym in the mornings. Mind you, like, I've never been a morning person. Like, let me tell you, like, anybody who knows me, my mom, my sister, every ex-boyfriend, every friend, anybody who's ever known me, my current, old coworkers, anybody will tell you I am not a morning person. But the past 2 months, yo girl is a morning person. And let me tell you, that has been life-changing in itself. Just like the fact, and you know, epic fail, but this was my first video, and I know it was like a blabber, but this is just like my practice, so this is kind of fun, and it just reminds me of why I'm doing this. So if these are going to be unlisted forever, but if anybody does end up finding them, like, you could laugh with me.